Hey y'all, we're back at it again to review and hate on the Kardashians. Season 3, episode 3. I don't remember the name of the episode. They had some dumb
Who
names.
cares,
It
dude?
might have been Chow Kim, because remember that was the t-shirt thing?
I don't trust the names. That's presenting a narrative. I don't know whether they're trying to feed us their narrative.
That's the word of the year for the Kardashians. That's the word of the century for the
Yeah.
Kardashians.
When they learned that word, they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh
They were
my
like, we
god,
figured this out.
yes." You know, some people just have certain words. You can tell it's their favorite word. They say it all the
Narrative.
time. Narrative. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into it. Again, I'll be reading the Reddit snark recap. So KUWTK, Keeping Up with the Kardashians snark recap. Somebody like post little recaps on there. So that's what I'll be reading from, and then we'll like give our personal.
Yeah, it's
thoughts.
a YouTube video. Ever heard of it?
He's the worst.
Then the rest of it will be like every YouTube video you ever seen in your life.
I just be like into explaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, explain it for people who just never been on YouTube yet.
I'm a teacher, so you have to do that. You have to explain the same thing 5 times.
You don't see how many comments we get. This is my first YouTube video. What's going on?
Let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Season 3, episode 3. All right. Kim and Scott arrive at Fornio.
Fornication.
A big shot of the outside, so you know the meal was complimentary.
Even though they bleeped the place she said she was eating at later. Oh, sorry. You gotta read the whole thing
spot.
first.
Yeah, that's our rule.
I forgot it's a whole thing.
Because otherwise it'll fuck me if I feel bad.
Also, this has built-in jokes already. Because we got it from the funny Reddit.
Yeah, pretty good. So Kim and Scott arrive at Fornio, whatever. A big shot of the outside, so you know the meal was complimentary. Scott wants to know about Kim's dating life. Kim reveals that the media attention accelerated her relationship with Pete. Definitely wasn't Pete love bombing her. And it felt serious quickly when all she wanted to do was have fun. She wants what Emily Ratajkowski has, to fuck as many randoms as possible, generating as much press as possible. Emily Ratajkowski, whatever, I don't think you know who she is.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
But she's a model that's kind of like known for being the person that like Kendall Jenner is making herself look like.
Okay.
And she also dated Pete, I think, at one point.
Okay. This is a long intro for something nothing happens at.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Nothing is going to happen during this part, but we got a long intro.
Yeah, the recap is giving a lot, but yeah. And if her ex-husband is going to keep calling her a slut, then she might as well act like it. Despite saying she's going to do things differently this time, we see her smiling to herself while she texts a new guy. They bleep out the name of Kim's private spot. Oh, the New York spot.
Yeah.
They bleep out the name of Kim's private spot, but I got you. It's Zero Bond.
Oh, it is Zero Bond?
Okay, that's the name.
When I saw it, I was like, they keep showing this restaurant she's at now. Why can't they say the restaurant she goes to in New York?
Because he's saying it's where she takes her secret date.
Oh, okay. Whatever, dude. Who cares? Please get through this paragraph. It's making me insane.
It did suck. Moving on. Nothing happens. They just talk about Kim one fuck.
Kim, yeah, it's fake. You said you thought it was fake, that she doesn't actually, when she's smiling at the phone, you don't think she's actually dating anyone.
Yeah, I think she's just like, no, I think it's fake.
She just wants people to like be like, ooh.
Yeah, I think it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
So at a studio, Courtney is getting ready for a photo shoot and making out with Travis, so she hasn't managed to escape the time.
Wait. Oh, is this the next scene?
Yeah.
Before we move on, do you think that Kim has like gigolos that she like? When you're that rich, don't you always have like hoes and stuff? Do you think she has her own hoes?
She could.
Because she's smiling at the phone, maybe she's not dating anybody, but does she get like laid?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, you got a gigolo you could bring through the tunnel, like JFK. Like, bring underground tunnel into your big mansion of purgatory.
Yeah.
Welcome to purgatory. I'm Kim Kardashian.
Sounds about right.
Welcome. That's what she says to the gigolos. Go ahead and put on this thong. I'll be right with you. I have to use this vacuum cleaner to pull some of the dimples out of my butt. That's how I fixed my speaker. My speaker had like I poked it and it went a dimple, and then I looked up online and you could take a vacuum cleaner and pull out the. You ever see that when the speaker gets it? Vacuum cleaner, bro.
That's what Kim should do.
Yeah, she could do that to her butt. Suck out all the dimples.
That's so bad. But Kim, it might work for you. Give it a try.
Yeah, then you have to put a sweatshirt around your waist every time you walk around. You gotta have a sweaty waist. Ooh, it's a hot day. I'm always like, I'm sweatier than Kim Kardashian's waist right now.
You are killing him, babe.
All right, let's go.
All right, so at a studio, Courtney is getting ready for a photo shoot and making out with Travis. Ugh. So she hasn't managed to escape the time loop she fell into in 2020.
Good one.
Chris shows up with Dulce, sorry, depending on what language you speak, and his boy, Toy Guay. Guay?
I don't know.
Chris shows up with Dolce and his boy Toy Guay, who is delightfully messy and reveals that they are not there to see her, but just stopping by on their way to Kim's office.
Oh.
Courtney,
I don't even remember this.
I don't remember this either. Courtney admits she has some anxiety about a forthcoming press trip to New York City because, inside she's a really shy person.
How many years has it been? 5 years, folks.
That she's been building up to this snake oil vitamin.
It took her 5 years to concoct this health scam that will probably cause some people to need to be hospitalized.
I could see Courtney making an MLM.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. Let's see.
So Courtney is doing a photo shoot for why? Oh, it's for her Lemmy shit.
Yeah, I guess.
It's called Lemmy?
Yeah.
What? Isn't Lemmy the fucking... I think Lemmy, the only other time I ever heard the word Lemmy was one of the guys in the band, that metal band. The ones who are like racist at some of their concerts. What the... Dimebag Darrell and Lemmy? What is the band called? My friend Roman would wear a t-shirt with the fucking band. I can't think of it, though.
We don't listen to this racist music that he be vibing to.
I mean, you'd be surprised.
I'm not familiar.
This is a band that, like, you heard of. Anyway, move on.
But
Lemmy is a guitar player.
Yeah. But it's supposed to sound like let me chill, let me chill.
God.
Let me relax.
I thought she's like has a boyfriend with tattoos, so now she's into metal. Or husband now. Yeah. I mean, she is like doing all the punk rock shit now. But no, Let Me is about let me. Yeah, her whole style, like her style back in like the Eunice days used to be so cute. But that was like her little Middle Eastern younger boyfriend she had for like a couple of years. He doesn't get talked about much, but he was a good influence on her style. He was like French, Middle Eastern, and he had good taste and stuff. So you know the Kardashians are such feminists because whenever they date a guy, they immediately change their style to whatever he is. Because they're so authentic feminists. Courtney especially is authentic. She says it really pronounced in the middle of the show at one point. I'm authentic. I mean, yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Then she goes in the other room and dry humps her husband in lingerie in front of a crew of 25 people and 2 cameras.
Yeah. Did you cringe when he's like slapping her butt in front of the camera?
It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
She likes it when I let everyone know I want to fuck her. She likes it when I tell everybody. I'm just making her feel good. That's what it looks like to me. It looks weird.
It's weird. Would
you ever like spank your girl like that in private? The way he hit her butt reminds me of when you're hugging someone too long, so you start patting their back to like let them off. He does that to her like butt. He's like pat, pat, pat. Do you remember that? It was so uncomfortable.
I thought it was just like a relaxed smack.
I don't. She was all like giggling and like hanging around his neck, and then he starts going.
It seemed natural enough.
I'm a drummer. I just got a pad on something. Give me the butt.
That's kind of cool.
It's his rhythm. He can't stop.
That's kind of cool when you put it like that. You made it cool, babe.
Yeah, dude. He looks like one of them freaky bad guys from Mad Max.
But the whole point was that he was bad, but you made it sound cool.
I know. I made it. Whatever. It is what it is. It's yeah. It sounds cool until you look up and it's the villain from Mad Max who puts the spray paint in his mouth to chase you. I showed you the picture.
That was it. Oh, he does that.
Yeah, they put this spray paint in their face. You see Mad Max, super feminist movie. It's a girl as the main character, but then she gets with this guy and she changes her fashion to match exactly what he's wearing.
That's not really what happened.
No, it is a feminist movie though because it's a female lead.
Oh, okay.
They actually set it up cool, like you think it's going to be the guy as the main character, but it ends up being the girl. So they swerve you. They're like, nah, this is a chick-led movie. Nice try, you misogynist. But you thought the guy was going to be the main character. He's side character. Go on.
Feminism.
Yeah, go feminism.
Worry about it.
Feminism is coming to town.
So next, at Chloe's house, the baby is grumbling because in an ideal world, he would be drinking human breast milk, not goat milk at 2 months old. Is he drinking goat milk?
I don't know, because I thought that sounds like a joke on Courtney.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is the baby drinking goat milk?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this a joke about Satan?
Mm.
I bet Kris Jenner, when she breastfeeds, goat milk comes out of her.
It's too funny.
I don't know why. I don't get this joke.
So yeah, we don't know.
It was drinking formula, the baby. She's like, it's getting used to this formula.
Yeah. Because
I guess you have a surrogate, you're probably not going to breastfeed, huh?
Yeah. Also, I drank formula, even though my mom had me naturally, just because she said I think she just didn't want to. Mm-hmm. Or maybe she just didn't. Maybe I didn't like it.
My dad
probably didn't like it. I was very picky. Maybe that's where my issues come with food.
I'm sure that's it.
That could be it.
That's probably only that.
I have food issues, and I can't remember where they came from. Because ever since I've had...
My dad drove a race car, so I actually would drink Formula 1. Formula 1. Go on with the thing. Goat milk. We didn't even get through the intro of this scene.
But what's Formula 1? Is that a race car
Formula
thing?
1 is a type of racing.
Oh, okay.
It's a pun.
It sounded familiar, but I wasn't sure. That's why I couldn't be like, yeah. Because I was like, I sound familiar, but I was like, I really don't know.
I know. You never seen Mad Max. You don't know about race cars.
I know nothing.
You don't know about cool guy shit.
I don't know anything.
Anyway. You know about these fucking hoes, Kardashians.
That's what. There you go. I'm 1 for 3.
I didn't know Scott D-Dick is D-Stick.
Is Roma.
Scott Dis-Dick. Was his middle name Suck? His middle name is Can Suck. Scott Can Suck Dis-Dick.
So at Chloe's house, the baby's...
I didn't know he was Roma. Anyway, go on.
I tried to say...
Romani. That's what I was trying to say before I got caught in the last name, and then you corrected me. And then I made a funnier joke. I just had to wrap it up. Otherwise, I brought up Scott for no reason. Please continue.
Lord. Chloe glares at Kris when she calls the baby Rob.
What?
I mean, but yeah, remember when
she called it Rob? Baby?
Kris tries to say like, just name him Rob, and she's like, no, he has a name. His name is Tatum.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah. It was kind of weird.
Was it because the baby's chubby or something?
Because they're saying it looks like Rob.
Oh, okay.
He's chubby.
Why call her? I mean, the baby doesn't look like anybody. It's a little.
They're saying it looks like Rob.
It's 3 months old. It looks like it's been. It looks like an undercooked muffin. Like it doesn't look like anybody.
They're saying it looks just like Rob. They're saying they're calling him Rob's twin.
Well, all right. Maybe Chloe is related to Rob.
Well, Rob, no, her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people thought Chloe was not related to them. Remember?
She thought they were. She thought they were half.
It would always be half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'd know for sure if she didn't come out of Chris's vagina. My bad.
Yeah, like we know she came out of Kris. She looks like Kris.
Yeah.
It's her. It's Robert Kardashian.
She doesn't
Sr.
look like Robert. Yeah, Kardashian.
But point is, yeah, Chris is saying she should name him Rob, and she's like, no, the baby has a name. It's Tatum.
Yeah.
We know that the baby's original name was Robert Kardashian.
Really?
But once Khloe had calmed down and forgiven Tristan, she changed the baby's name to Tatum Thompson. Khloe had forgotten that the first few weeks. My tongue is all tied. Okay. Khloe had forgotten that the first few weeks with a new baby are so difficult, and says no words would do it again. Said no one would do it again and again if they only had 3 nannies and a night nurse. Remembered how tortured it was.
Baby, who are you reading this for? We're presenting this to the public.
I'm having such a hard time getting this out. I'm like struggling. Let me drink some water. I'm struggling.
So I remember what happens too.
No.
Well, if you're gonna just drink, I mean, we're losing our audience here. You know?
They're with me.
No, you gotta go. You're just reading slow. You're trailing off. I'm not editing this.
Okay, one more time.
I refuse to edit is my point.
Okay, I'm back, okay? Khloe had forgotten that the first few weeks with a new baby are so difficult, and says no one would do it again and again if they remembered how torturous it is. She's getting along fine with Tristan, but she's putting boundaries in place to make it clear that cheating is unacceptable, and she would not be taking him back. He's looking at me and he's gonna kill me.
No, I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to analyze, but
even though
honestly, this is a bad. I like the one we did last time. I feel like this is so wordy this time.
Yeah, this one is a lot. Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah,
this is a lot.
It's just like okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this stuff too is like. I feel like they're not even quite paraphrasing it right. Because like whatever. Go on.
Even though she did the last 4 times. For some reason, she can become deeply attached to men who couldn't care less about her, but find it difficult to bond with her children who rely on her for everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. She's also I don't know. That felt like not the significant part of this.
Yeah, this screen. This.
To me, the significant part of this was Chris is annoying Khloe.
Yeah.
This is what I kept seeing. And then also I couldn't stop thinking about how long Khloe's fingernails are that she's going to cut up the baby. And it felt like she was just sort of like, every time she'd move the baby around, it felt like there was like a saw blade flying past the baby's face with these like sharp nails that Khloe's rocking. And
Chris is trying to convince Khloe that she's like bonded with the baby.
Yeah, Chris is like really like fighting for it. The baby likes me, see? Like when you're at a party and everyone wants the dog to like them the best, like Chris is like that with the baby.
So she's saying that Khloe is bonded with David, what she's saying specifically.
I thought Chris was saying I'm bonding with the baby.
No, she was saying, look, who's connected? Because remember she said, look, and as soon as he starts crying, you come over. See, who's connected? Who's connected?
Because there's all this shit where like Khloe doesn't like the baby.
Yeah. So I thought that was going on there.
Yeah, I mean, I would if you really cared about a baby. I feel like you cut your nails. Like you wouldn't have those sharp blades. Like the baby's skin's made out of like wet paper.
Maybe they're not sharp. Maybe they're lots of the times long. You can make them not sharp.
I think those nails would mess up a baby.
I don't know.
I think like babies cut themselves with their own little soft nails. Like I don't know. Yeah. His uncooked muffin.
Yeah. You know? I didn't cook.
You got to put a toothpick in it to see if it's done, just right in the temple. I don't know, man. Yeah, and Chris was being hella annoying. Like, let's call it Tate.
No, she said call it Rob.
She said Tate also.
Oh, Tate.
And then she's like, no, it's Tatum. We're not going to call him Tate. That was part of it, too.
She said no to Tate, too.
Yeah.
This show just sucks, so it's hard to remember stuff.
It's hard to pay attention when there's
nothing happening.
When nothing interesting is being presented to you.
Yeah, you might not.
I started wondering if like it's like professional wrestling, like because you show the old stuff and then stuff would happen, like Scott would get hammered in the yard.
Yeah.
And everyone would tell Chris that she's a bad person, and Chris would cry.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you guys started watching it when it was good, like people watch wrestling because Stone Cold was around.
Yeah.
You know, and then years go by, and now it's become this totally like castrated version of what it used to be, like Like it's everything interesting about it is gone, but you just watch by habit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost, and it has a similar history to wrestling and a similar
Because,
vibe.
man, this show fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's a bad show.
Like, man, it does nothing on, like...
You know what it teaches you is that you should get out.
Kardashians, yeah.
It's like, you should get out. You should not watch this.
They need to bring...
Chloe doesn't even leave her, like, upstairs now in the episodes.
Yeah, she doesn't...
I guess she did the photo shoot this time, but...
She did a photo shoot?
Yeah, we just talked about it.
She went to Milan, too, remember? For Kim. Or...
Not Courtney.
Oh, Courtney.
You're saying Chloe.
You were saying Chloe.
I meant to say Courtney. Courtney, like, most of the shit she does is she's wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants and she walks upstairs in her house where they do the interview.
Yeah.
And they have a fireplace going even though it's LA.
And then people are complimenting her.
Yeah, the compliments are insane. To have, like, 10 people around you, like, every time you walk in the room, you're doing good, you're doing great, everything you did was the best, and you just ignore them and you're on your phone.
It's insanity.
It's just so it's, like, in your subconscious.
It's insanity. But yeah, let's see what's happening with this. Baby stuff. Alright, okay. In New York, Kendall is getting ready for a photo shoot. She's putting boundaries in place to make sure she doesn't work too much because working more than a few days a month makes her feel anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the family is there too, I think. Like Chloe and Chris.
They all have a scene together.
Yeah, they're there. Yeah. And
she's there for Fashion Week, and that's the same thing that Kim is doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Chloe there or is it Kim with them?
Chloe, Kim, and... in that scene it was Chloe, Kendall, and Chris.
Okay.
When they're, like, in that building or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they're, like, upstairs somewhere.
Right. But, yeah.
Also, when you see Kendall, you know you could take a piss and you'll not miss anything. So whenever boring. Kendall or Kylie comes on screen, it's like pee break time.
So boring. That's all that really happens there.
Time to check my messages on my phone, you know.
Kendall says to just channel all of your bad stuff into work and don't do it other places, and that way.
You going off book here?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what she says, basically. She's like, just channel.
No, but you're not reading the intro.
Oh, because I didn't finish the last section.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm talking about the last section.
Gotcha.
Kendall says to channel your energy and just into your work, and then all the good stuff is at home.
Yeah, but did you catch what the context of that was? More like they were blaming Chris for all their mental disabilities, and they said that, like, we're controlling perfectionists, and we all get it. And Chris keeps going, oh, so just blame me. So just because she's a narcissist, so like anything that's like slightly diminishes her, she has to be like, do you guys see you're blaming me? And meanwhile, they're talking about their coping mechanisms that they've developed from dealing with their whole lives. Back
in the OG series, there used to be there would be some good shit fest on Chris, just shitting on Chris.
Yeah.
They were the best.
They used to really call her out.
They used to call her out. You know my favorite is when Brody talks to her.
Yeah, you watch that all the time.
It's just the best scene, because you can tell the producers tried the best they could.
Where are you going?
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get in sorry.
See, look at you. You're all over the place.
Sorry.
This episode is nuts.
This episode was great.
I gotta move us around.
It's great.
No, this has been the worst episode we've ever done. No, it's great. Go on.
Now I'm losing my mojo.
Go ahead and read some stuff.
Now I'm losing my mojo. But I just wanted to say about that. No, the episode where Brody and Chris. If anybody in the comments knows this episode, it's like season 8 something. They're in Greece where Brody confronts Chris, really Chris confronts Brody, because Brody ain't trying to talk to Chris. But the actors tried so hard to make it look like they had a positive turnaround in that conversation. And it was so, Brody does not fuck with that lady. And that was some of the most telling shit. Because Brody, he really got some of the worst of her shit with Caitlyn. Yeah. And I'm going on a tangent. I know.
You're good.
This is one thing that I'm passionate about, is this one scene.
There's this one scene in the whole 20-season thing that she watches over and over again. It's sort of like me and Degrassi. I always watch that scene where Drake is shot over and over. That's the only scene I like. The little nerd. Oh, I legit have watched it like 40 times. There's a clip of it on Instagram. Oh, the nerd, he closes his eyes and shoots.
He does.
What a gangster.
And then Drake is like...
He's like...
But yeah, no, Brody don't fuck with Chris. He don't fuck with her at all. Back in the day, we used to get that type of tea. Brody just tearing him up. But now we just get, oh, I'm not that bad. Mm-hmm. Oh, and the girls are like, it's okay, just channel the energy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like this. No, take the bitch to task. Don't do some fake Zen channel the energy bullshit. Kayla, shut the fuck up.
Well, it's actually interesting because like she's talking about how her therapist taught her to deal with it, and Chris keeps on trying to get them to let her off the hook for causing it, and they basically just talk over Chris and ignore her. They're like, "No, you caused it. Anyway, my therapist tells me to deal with it. I have to." And Chris is like, "But come on, let me. Yeah, I'm cool." And they're like, "No, you're not cool. Anyway, this problem that she put in my head." But yeah, you're right. They're so soft now.
They're so soft.
Back in the day, they would have confronted her in her office and like told her off and like called her. I think Chloe calls her a dick sucker in one episode. Like
they do all kind. Like they might like post like a post in front of the store and be like, "Chris is a bitch."
Yeah, that shit's cool.
Yeah, shit is crazy shit.
Anyway,
let's see. All right, at Kim's office, Kim is getting ready for a photo shoot. As creative director of the Dolce & Gabbana fashion show, she spent literally hours recreating old looks from the 90s to fit her style, which is really Kanye's style. Uh-huh. Yeah, and she's just crying because Danielle ain't there.
Well, her looks from the 90s wouldn't have been Kanye's style, would they?
Her 90s inspired looks?
Yeah, they're Kanye style?
Her 90s inspired looks, I think.
Oh, her 90s. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I thought that I mixed it up. Like her literal looks from the 90s when she was probably like a kid.
Or maybe like, some of those too. But I don't like, in the 90s she was like, I don't know, like a teenager and a kid.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like Kanye's looks. Yeah, it's like this whole thing with her, like, this whole episode seems to be kind of about Kim finding her fashion sense.
Yeah.
Like while she's in the middle of her big solo fashion thing that's supposedly based on her, and every time she talks about it, it's like, I decided to do this, these are my looks. But then the whole time she's like, there's people talking over her like, no, we're gonna do it this way. You know, like, and she's like, I don't know, and then she's like the skeleton woman who lives in the violin case in her closet.
Danielle,
the
stylist,
the skeleton wearing a Kim mask, is like, you know, I want you to wear this dress, and she's like, well, this is the person who picks out everything. Should I listen to her? Because now they let me say 4 words in the room with the actual fashion people, so I think maybe I could do it on my own now. It's like, great job.
We're skipping ahead to the next episode too.
Oh shit. I'm mixing up. I wanted to do them not like this because I'm mixing them up now. I'm skipping to the next episode. Fuck.
We could just make
but this episode, whatever. Just keep going with this episode. The skeleton lady who lives in her closet isn't there yet.
He's so cute. Yeah, and she's just like, I can't choose anything. And she's acting all sad, and it's annoying.
She's scared because her person can't get there on the passport. Is that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that was really the first time I watched it, like, fuck you. Like, you are a fashion person. Like, this is, though all the hard work that you supposedly do all the time is all about this fashion shit, and you seem to not have a clue.
Not a single clue.
Not a clue.
Like, you sitting up here, you can't even, like, figure out where to put the fucking glasses at, bitch.
Like, so bad.
And the 2 men in black.
Then, in the next episode, they let her pick out a couple cross necklaces, and all of a sudden she thinks she's the shit. I took something off your table, and I put it off the model. Now I could do it, too. All the stuff that you guys made and created, I could say
I want
good.
This kind of hard work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want this kind of hard work. But, what was I saying? Oh, yes, back here. Courtney arrives in New York. She has a very full itinerary because she's got to watch a couple of fashion shows and do a 3-minute segment on a morning show and then talk to journalists whose offices aren't even on the same floor of the office building. Mm-hmm. She loudly asks if anyone has any drugs, like she's not standing 30 Rock where you are never more than 6 feet away from a rat or a wrap of cocaine. Mm. She's in 30 Rock?
I don't know.
I don't give a shit. She settles for a couple of matcha Lemmy gummies.
If she's a 30 Rock, she can probably get drugs from Pete Davidson's guy.
Mm. Got caught with
Matcha gummies.
There's a Kanye lyric I'm thinking of. Got caught with 30 rocks, copied with Alec Baldwin. You know that?
I don't know, but there was a show called 30 Rock that had Alec Baldwin on it, so I get it. I don't know the lyric.
I think it's from Gorgeous, if you know it.
Anyway.
You guys are like me.
What?
Unacceptable. So yeah, that happens.
Yeah, remember she gets nervous, she goes up and down the elevator, she talks to some people, she can't remember the script they told her. She doesn't know shit about what she's selling. It's a health scam. It's pineapple for your vagina and gummies.
Right.
It's gummy bears for women who think they're losing weight. But they're actually eating gummy bears.
Okay. Later, Courtney meets Chris and Kendall in a hotel room. Kendall posits like, "Oh, we messed that up. We thought it was." Okay, I see. Kendall posits that Chloe brought breast cancer on herself by not sleeping enough or managing the stress levels. Courtney says that their perfectionism and control issues stem from Chris.
What the fuck is that? That's your phone connected with a speaker.
My bad. Sorry.
Man, this is fucked.
Later, Courtney meets Chris and Kendall in a hotel room. Kendall posits that Chloe brought cancer on herself by not sleeping enough or managing her stress levels. Courtney says that their perfectionism and control issues stem from Chris, so Chris makes fun of Courtney's supplement line and says she will take responsibility for the drive and creativity that led her children to be successful.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we skipped ahead.
Yeah.
So what was Kendall doing earlier?
I don't know.
Why did you mention her?
Because she was in that other scene that we described.
Which one?
The one where she's getting her photo shoot done. Oh, that was a different one.
Oh yeah, that's where Kendall is getting ready for a photo shoot. They're just like putting eye makeup
She's
on,
like,
and Chris calls. They talk on the phone.
Favorite child.
Yeah, and then the fake, the guy who does those lie detectors is fake, so who knows anyway. Yeah. And also Chris is a sociopath, and also I think Kendall is a sociopath based on our conversation with Courtney that's coming up. That might be next episode. I don't know. Right. I wish we would have done them. Not watch both episodes. I can't separate it. Yeah. Nothing happens, so it's hard. It doesn't. There's no timeline.
I'll take the L on that.
Also, it's 1 a.m.
That's normal for you.
Yeah, it is, but I've not been sleeping all week, so it's bad. But go on.
At Kim's house, Kim is trying to find something to do with her kids for an hour before she leaves them with the nanny for a week. North chooses to put special effects makeup on Kim while she eats her meal.
I weirdly like this part with the kids.
A child psychologist would note that North delights in making Kim look old and unattractive, 2 of Kim's deepest fears, and ends a conversation about being strong at her father's funeral by shushing her mother and farting loudly.
That was awesome.
In what felt like a classic episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, North and Scott put a wig and coat on Kim and introduced her to the security and nanny as Annika, North's new art teacher. Yeah. They FaceTime Chris, and even she doesn't recognize Kim, but they actually look like they are having fun. Yeah. A little bit.
I think that might be what I liked about it. Like, is there more? No. Okay, because they left out the awful thing she says at the end of this part. Whatever. Where she like talks about how some fake story about her daughter saying how much she loves her and appreciates her. It was totally fake.
Totally made up. She's like, she says, "Mom, I just love you so much." Yeah. North didn't say that shit.
Also, I didn't get the feeling that North was trying to make Kim look old and ugly. I think that she's just trying to do like horror movie makeup, and she's just not very good at it because she's a kid. I thought it was awesome. It made me miss working with kids, actually, because it's like, yeah, you just end up doing some goofy shit like that, and it doesn't matter, and that's just like your afternoon as you make a game out of like whatever you have, and like that's fun.
It's cute.
There's no bigger purpose or importance.
It was cute, but everything around it annoyed me. Like the conversations about what would we be if we weren't rich, and she was like, I work at Macy's.
Oh yeah,
all that annoyed me, and then just
that was also great because North is like, yeah, how about this fart? It's like basically you could put a fart after anything that happens in the show.
This is
it's
true.
Almost the perfect exclamation point to any scene.
But yeah, I don't know. I was lukewarm on that series. Something it didn't feel real to me.
Scott was being like super corny, like, yeah. What are you talking about, Kim? You would be great if you weren't here. You'd be the best. You'd still be the best even if you weren't rich. That's fake positive shit that everyone does.
The only one I felt like they were being real was North, and so I felt just like actors hanging around a kid.
Yeah, yeah. And that's basically what it was.
It kind of just freaked me. I didn't like it, and it didn't feel funny.
No. I didn't think it was funny. I just thought it was kind of wholesome. Wholesome. And it was more real than a lot of it. The kid was, at least.
All right. So in New York, Courtney has enjoyed working for a few hours, but her priorities will always be with her kids, husband, and family. So yeah, Courtney. I don't even know.
What happened? Oh, okay.
It says it does nothing happen.
Isn't this the Travis walk? Is that what happens in New York with Courtney? Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they should mention how Travis like is about to hit her.
He does get a little annoyed. He's like, "Can you just like walk?" Because he's fucking with her like socks, shoes, things.
She's wearing like her outfit is like what women wear when they go to bed. It's like a long, big T-shirt. Do you notice that?
Yeah, but it has the heels.
And then she had this stupid
chunky heel.
Yeah, they looked like. All right, you know how pants work? How they start at your waist and go down? These are like reverse pants. They start at your feet and go up. And they don't work, apparently. Turns out pants never work that way. No wonder we never did it before. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Kim wears the pant boots. They call them poots.
Well, that's where the pants are attached to the boots.
Yeah, yeah.
Also terrible. I think those have been around for a while. They're called... those pajamas that have the footies. The footy pajamas.
A onesie?
Yeah, it's like a pajamas that have the feet built into. Yeah. I mean, that's all that is with boots.
Kim lands in Milan. Her stylist can't get off the plane because she's forgotten her passport.
Oops.
It's a disaster for Kim because Danielle has basically been doing all the work.
Exactly.
They arranged for someone to fly from LA to Milan with the passport.
Oh my god.
In the meantime, Kim will just have to rely on the creative team behind a major fashion house to help her.
That was really well said. That's exactly how I felt about it. It made me angry to watch you, like, just how, everybody's got to work. I'm the worker. Nobody wants to work anymore.
Nobody wants to work these days.
You don't do anything.
You can't even pick out fucking like a scarf or a no strap or something. You have no real independent voice.
Is this the lady who's sick, by the way? She looks like she's wearing like when people are sick and they have no hair, so they put like a scarf on their head. Is that Danielle?
No, Danielle is the skeleton.
Oh, Danielle's the skeleton. Because she was also working with the scarf lady.
Oh yeah, the cancer lady.
So there's the scarf lady, and there's the skeleton in her closet. I think the people around Kim just get sick.
They do kind of seem like everything's been sucked out of them.
Yeah.
They seem depleted.
This is what it looks like when it's getting sucked out. They're like, "You look so great. You're doing so great. You're so beautiful. You're the best." That's what it looks like to get your soul and essence taken from you by this satanic minion.
They should take some of that Lemmy love essence to bring their essence back.
I wish I could think of the goddamn band now. Lemmy. It's not Motorhead. Maybe it's Motorhead.
Is it Motorhead?
Pantera. That's what I was trying to think of. Pantera. That's what the kind of pants she wears. That are upside down pants. Panteras. That's her Panteras.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything for that episode.
Thank God.
So we'll see you next episode.
Have you ever noticed too? They put a
adios.
Not yet.
Adios.
They put a clip at the end of all these now. Is a new thing where Kim gets like the final word. It's almost like an outtake or something.
They did that last season too, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. I don't like it.
It's almost never worth it. It's not worth it. It's never worth it.
Yeah.
I can't think of it.
They're trying to make her seem like quirky and clever and like just interesting, and it's like you're not. You're hollow.
I think it's a very modern thing, though. You put something after the credits, you know. They call it a stinger sometimes. Like it's like all the Marvel movies.
People are overdoing it.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
And this one, it was just her. Aren't talking about the fart. Oh well.
I do agree with that.
I don't like the word fart.
I don't like that word either.
I don't like the word fart.
I don't love it either.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it. I love it.
Bye.